Spooky Stories from Michigan, The Engineer's Message, Part 2.
A few months later, Johnny took a more active role as a brakeman on the line. With his long range goal of becoming an engineer in mind, he then transferred to another line as a fireman. I knew it would not be long before he realized his dream, and within a few years, Johnny was indeed promoted to the position of engineer. The day he received his commission, he proposed to this pretty girl, a member of our next door neighbor's brood, whom he had known since birth. Katie and Johnny were married a few months later. It wasn't long after Johnny became an engineer that I began to hear the stories. He was a glory hunter, a reckless, fast running engineer. Because Johnny wasn't afraid to take risks, he made several record runs during his career and soon was famous in railroading circles. He also became the father of two beautiful little girls, which made us very proud. He and Katie built a little house right next door to ours, and we looked after her and the girls whenever Johnny was away. One night, late in January, I awoke from a deep sleep, certain that I had heard Johnny's voice. Ma, I heard Johnny say again. I turned over and blinked at the dim light coming from the street lamp outside our window. Johnny was standing beside the bed, dressed in his engineer's uniform. He was gazing down on me tenderly. I sat up immediately. Johnny, I gasped. He smiled and sat down beside me, as he had often done when he was little. He took my hand and said, I want you to know how much I appreciate you and Pa. It couldn't have been easy raising a headstrong boy like me, but you did a wonderful job. Johnny's words filled me with a strange mixture of joy and fear. Oh, Ma, we both knew I was never going to get the rocking chair. Not a glory hunter like me. No, I'm going to be working the Indian Valley line from now on. In the dim light, I could see his beautiful brown eyes dancing as he casually threw his railroad lingo at me. I've learned a lot of it since the early days when my little boy would tease me in the kitchen after school. To get the rocking chair meant to retire on a pension, and the Indian Valley Line was an imaginary railroad at the end of the rainbow on which you could always find a good job and ideal working conditions. It was the place engineers went when they died. Tears sprang to my eyes, and Johnny gently wiped one away with his finger. I came to tell you that I'm all right. Take care of my girls for me. We will, I managed to say through my choked up throat. I love you, Ma. We'll be together again real soon, Johnny said,